Hello and welcome to this evening whiskey taste challenge. I was going to do this earlier today, but my friend David called me while I was still at work and he said, "What's going on?" I said, "I'm working." He said, "I'm off, day after Thanksgiving. You want to do some beer reviews?" I said, "Well, I didn't really want to," but he said, I said, "What about Saturday?" "Well, today I'm off." I said, "He's not working tomorrow." I said, "All right." I didn't really care, but anyway, so here he comes with his 4 beers, chilled in ice, which was a good idea. And he said it's Black Friday, so we're going to do black beers, which was a good idea. And I had a black beer, and then he had 4, and so we did them. And we had our off-camera person, and she agreed with what we were saying. And we were kind of shocked by one of them because I bought this really expensive barrel-aged stout. And we were saying, oh, the fudge, the rich fudge and maple syrup flavors and all. And then I'm reading the side of the bottle and it says artificially flavored. And then David was like, his eyes got like this big. And he was like, artificially flavored? I'm going to drop my score. I said, no. I cut that out. I said, you can't drop your score. You initially loved it. And, it was a high score. Okay. It's not an authentic flavor, perhaps. Well, not even perhaps. Obviously not. It's artificially flavored. So, that just set him off. It kind of set me off too because I'm sitting there. He's asking me on the video, this is really natural maple syrup and coffee and fudge and everything. And I said, yeah, it's natural. It comes from Michigan and everything. And I'm so proud, I'm so proud to pay $23.03 about for the 4-pack after tax. And I spun the bottle, and when you watch the video, when it gets posted, you just see my eyes. I'm like, it says malt beverage with artificially flavored, and then it goes on. And I said, what am I drinking, for Loco? So I was like really thrown off after that. And you can just watch the whole video. We're like shook. The videos after, I'm just like, come on, man, we're paying. I don't know. It was pretty comical and it was enjoyable. But here's a video that was supposed to be posted about 3 hours ago. Yeah, 3 hours ago. Okay, so we have a lot of comments already. Prime time. Keep sipping says, cheers, Ron. Hey, Trish. Hey, Ron, happy Fandango Black Friday. Says Ronnie S. Yeah. Wilbur Pacheco says, cheers from Houston, Texas. I've been to Houston so many times. It's a 5-hour drive if I'm lucky. What about Evan Williams 100? Oh, well, actually, I can get that. Black beers on Black Friday is a good theme, says Ronnie. Yes, I agree. What about Evan Williams 100 proof? Yeah, the bottle and bond. I can get that, but actually I can drive into the city of New Orleans on the west bank of the Mississippi River, which you could argue is not the city, but whatever. If you're in Algiers, you are in the city. But anyway, all right. But this is not at Algiers. This is in Marrero. They got it for $12.99. True story. $12.99 for a regular size bottle. Maxwell, aren't you supposed to be in bed sleeping? Get your rest. He says, cheers. Peace from Russia. James Lassane says, sup, man. I'm about to do a whiskey taste challenge. All right, so we did a really exciting lineup. Well, we thought it would be exciting, of stouts and 1 porter. But there was some disappointment in that. And we were kind of in an uproar with it, really. And we're going to post videos. And I mean, it just went on, and was saying we had to sit under the screened-in porch because we were out in the yard. I didn't feel any mosquitoes, but they were saying mosquitoes. I didn't see it, but I said, well, we can go under the porch. I paid for that screened-in porch so I wouldn't get bit. And for other reasons. So, but it went very well. But then I said, oh, I forgot to do my blended whiskey taste challenge. This is for Monday. Okay, so this is the Monday challenge. I won't do it Monday. I'll do it today, and then Monday I have it checked off already on the date book. So I'm gonna get a little water. I'm kind of I feel thirsty all of a sudden. So I'll be right back. Need the glass. It's getting so thirsty. When your mouth's getting dry, you're getting plenty high. All right. Well, all right. We're closing out next week. Next Thursday will be the end of the American Blended Whiskey Taste Challenges for many months. And it's going to be a blowout next Thursday. So if you want to watch a kind of a sort of a farce, I think it's going to be a farce. It's going to be Seagram 7 Crown versus Old Thompson. Well, I should say Old Thompson. It's the older brand. But I mean, it's going to be a joke. And there's no way. It's not possible, I don't think, that Old Thompson can beat Seagram 7 Crown. Because in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but in my opinion, the Seagram 7 Crown is like the premier, best value American blended whiskey. The rest of them, oh man, those things... You say, well, they cheap. Yeah. Why do you think they cheap? Because they're awesome. But 7 Crown gets the job done. I mean, it's good. It has a really good bourbon flavor. It's good. It's good. You say, well, yeah, but I ain't paying $15.99 or $20.99. Well, then get the cheap stuff and you'll get cheap experiences. All right. What's up, dude? Says Voltron, Defender of the Universe. Well, I'm going to do these blended whiskeys. So I bought the Old Thompson from Glenmore. Glenmore's Old Thompson. It's always been a Glenmore brand since 1904. Well, I got to watch what I say. They do not, to my knowledge, produce a straight bourbon anymore. But I got to watch what I say because I'm saying, oh, yeah, you can only get a blended Old Thompson. I might go to a liquor store in a month and see Old Thompson straight bourbon. I might see Old Thompson bottle and bond. Because Sazerac's like Heaven Hill. They make what they show, and then they make the other 1,000 brands that they don't show. So you got to watch out for that. M. Gunn says, cheers, my man. Cheers to you, Guns. I like to watch your videos. Vanessa Kitty says, hi. Hello to you. I got so many videos backlog right now. I was kind of like irritated that David was coming over today because I wanted to sit down after work and watch all these video reviews. I have so many beer reviews backlogged because I keep finding these new channels. But I said, I can get to that. But I would like to watch them. Here's J.W. Dant. True story. It says since 1836. That's not a joke. That's a real true statement. I checked the trademark, United States Trademark Bureau information, and J.W. Dant did start using that trademark in 1836. Well, this product wasn't introduced for another 120 years. This is J.W. Dant's charcoal perfected old style blended whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. Oh, well, it's at least the flavors are natural. That's why we blew a gasket 2 hours ago, because we've come to find out this extremely expensive stout was made with artificial flavors. You should have seen my friend David. He was like, what the hell? It was so funny. I was pretty perturbed myself, though, honestly. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. Natural flavors, artificial flavors, they're not going to damage your body. They're harmless. You know, it's just, but it's like an artificial flavor is like some chemical compound that tastes like maple syrup, you know. But anyway, Backacre Distillery, there's some metals here, which I don't think have much meaning. It is charcoal perfected. Does that make a difference? Doesn't seem to. What do they mean by charcoal perfected? Well, I know Heaven Hill does that because Evan Williams, if you get the green label, straight bourbon, the green label, Evan Williams, it says charcoal mellowed. What they do is they take charcoal and they like grind it up into like little granules. It could either be little sand-like granules, like almost to the consistency of sand, or little tiny pebbles. Or like with Dickel, it could be chunks of charcoal. All right. So they pour the whiskey in this vat, and either they let it rest with the charcoal, like Dickel does, for so many days, or like Jack Daniels, they start dripping it from the top to the bottom in a vertical treatment, and they let the clear whiskey drip through the charcoal. You know how the people do that with water filters? They buy the charcoal water filter, and somehow charcoal filters it. This might be in a vat just resting with charcoal, and what they do is then they strain it out. They blend it with, you know, like unaged grain whiskey, grain alcohol. Reek Geeb1 says, Black Bear craft beer caused Earl Portland to get sent to malt liquor hell because he disrespected Big Bear malt liquor. You see, I would have never disrespected Big Bear. I just couldn't get it. But I did, and I couldn't get Iceman malt liquor, but I did get Cookie 900. At least there's flavor, says Michael. He makes all kind of icon faces. Yeah, there's flavor. All right, so we've got an amber whiskey from who it is from? Dant. That's right, because I poured the Old Thompson first. And this is Old Thompson from Sazerac, Glenmore. Well, Glenmore is owned by Sazerac. Glenmore is a big, huge, large distillery in Owensboro, Kentucky. They mainly blend whiskey there and bottle it. Well, they age it too, of course. I have photos of these huge warehouses full of barrels. But apparently, I can't quite quantify that or qualify that, or I should say verify that. Apparently they're doing rum over there. Rum. You say Kentucky rum. Mid-continent rum. Yeah, well, apparently that's becoming a bigger thing now. There's Louisiana rum and now Kentucky, and you know, it's supposed to be Caribbean, but I guess if it tastes good, it doesn't matter. So there's the Old Thompson. Well, they're both amber, and we know the Dant is colored with caramel. Why do we know that? It says on the bottle. It has natural flavors. What are the natural flavors? Probably stuff like, you'd like Glenmorangie. Well, we actually reviewed Glenmorangie, 10-year age, the base model, and that was a great tasting, except when the bottle slipped out my hand and the neck of the bottle hit the glass and shattered the glass on the video. I was worried. I said, did I get cut? But it just shattered. And I said, these damn Glencairn glasses, they're so thin. They have no kind of resiliency. But John Anile did buy them for me, a 4-pack. He said, I didn't really buy them. I had enough credits on Amazon. I just cashed in the credits. I didn't really pay for it. I have one left. The other shattered so easily. Now, these D'Amore snifters are resilient. I did break one, But these are a lot more tough, a lot tougher. They got some quality to them, D'Amore. That means D'Amore, like the of love, like involved with love. Anton Glodowski says, I drink a fifth of liquor a day. Sounds like a bad idea. Like I knew a guy that did that, and he died at 49 years old. I went to the funeral. I went to the wake. Not a pretty sight, believe me. Michael Hilton says, yeah, so, I mean, a lot of people lie on the internet. All right. Is the Glenmore colored? Well, it could be. But we do know it's aged at least 4 years, because there's no age statement. So it's at least 4 years in a charred oak barrel, probably a used barrel, I guess. But and it's 80% grain spirits. So that means they're taking straight bourbon that they aged for 4 years, and they're blending it with clear, odorless, colorless, unaged corn whiskey, corn liquor. Well, it's fine. All right. They talk about it on the label. They actually tell you that on the label, what they do with it. So that's fine. Fine. Not a problem. It's an old practice. It might be a questionable practice, but it's an old practice. There's lightning. The Dants, they do the same thing, but they don't give the blend ratio. It's probably 80-20, but it could be 75-25, but I doubt it. And they charcoal perfect it. You are French American? I'm not really French. My last name is French, the Rio, but I think my heritage is more German. You know, because if you look at my family tree, the names you see there are more Germanic, like Zingo, Osenach, Scheckschneider, Truxler, Rommel, Zweig. But there is a lot of French too, you see, and some Irish, like Ryan, top of the. All right, in English too, Harrisons. Some of my family tree goes back to the first families of Virginia, Harrison, Burr Harrison. Doesn't mean much, but I can prove it. All right, anyway. Good evening, Jay, says Bart. Hey, Bart. I'm about to say, hey, Jay. Hey, to me. I'm about to say hello to myself. All right, anyway. Will I be able to tell them apart? Probably. Okay, here we go. Now, price. Old Thompson, $7.99 for a liter bottle, and JW Dant, $6.49 for a 750 in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. I bought this in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, $6.49, and $7.99 in Metairie, Louisiana. So the price point is practically identical. What is your favorite handle of liquor for $20 or under? Says Anton. For $20 or under, handle bottle, probably I was going to say Captain Morgan White. No, I think it's probably Seagram's 7 Crown or Seagram's VO from Canada, Seagram's VO. Yeah, those probably be the two best. Now, can you get straight bourbon for under $20 in a handle bottle? Yes, but I've never tried those, so I don't know if they're any good. They probably okay. All right, but these are blended whiskeys. The one I'm talking about, Seagram's VO and Seagram's 7 Crown. 7 Crown is from the United States, and VO is from Canada. But yeah, I would go with those two, because you can always get them for under 20 if you shop around. Yeah, and they won't let you down. Adam Carl Green says, Jay, your knowledge and background work before you do a review or a live broadcast is unmatched. Oh, thank you. Always a great watch. You and David on the duos are always a laugh too. He was over here today. He left about an hour and a half ago. Cheers from across the pond. Hello, Adam Carl Green in England. I suppose you're in England. You might be in Ireland. I'm mostly Polish, but do have some Russian and Belarusian, White Russian. On my mother's side, it's English and Irish. Well, you're just like me, a multicultural person. All right. All right. All right. Oh, I think this is the charcoal perfected from Dant. Oh, I'm not really thrilled with Dant's products, except their blended scotch, which I don't know where they're getting it from in Scotland, because you know they don't have a distillery. But the Dant's blended scotch, and it's only aged 3 years. Man, that thing is that's a secret weapon of Scotch whiskey. You can get it for so cheap, and it's good, and I mean better than some of those. Dewar's 3 year. Dance kills Dewar's. You say, you're wrong, you lie. Well, I'm not lying. Going by my flavor. Now, do I hate Dewar's? No, I don't hate it. But I don't think it matches Dance. I tried Dewar's 12 year and I like the white label better. What? May try the Dewar's 18 years. Oh, so you like the white better than the 12? Oh, that is shocking, because I thought the white was just tastes like grain, cereal grain. And I thought the 12 was more developed. Well, I have a 12-year-old handle bottle, which I got for the most extraordinary price on planet Earth about a month and a half ago. And I do plan to bring that in soon. Friend David was so wound up about it. He drove here. He's like, I was like, you're going to drive 25 miles? I mean, he couldn't wait. He was outdone by that. Doers from Swingers. My buds are weird. I'm not able to distinguish taste very well, so that might be why. Well, mine are not exactly ideal either. Okay. I'm getting a strong fruit note. Yeah, I mean, seriously, like a marmalade. And I know that Old Thompson does not have a marmalade nose. So I think this has to be the Dant. Vince Vaughn, John Favreau. I don't know what y'all talking about. All right. This one here. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of charred oak when you have your mouth open. Yeah, you can get a lot of the bourbon. Charred oak, corn, syrup, corn, grits, which I guess turns into syrup under pressure and distillation. Well, I mean, it's just vapor, right? They're capturing vapor, so that makes sense. But Ladowski. So which one smells more like bourbon? I think that Old Thompson smells more like a Kentucky bourbon. It's interesting because some of it, maybe much of it, is coming from Indiana. Well, that's a thing a lot of people don't realize. Indiana has an old bourbon heritage. Now people say, no, bourbon is from Kentucky. Yes. But Indiana has a bourbon heritage, and Indiana's literally right across from the river. I mean, some of these bridges you can walk. They have a walking path. I mean, the river's not that wide. It's not like the Mississippi River. So I know for a fact I walked across the Ohio River on the old bridge in Cincinnati. Was it Roebling Bridge? It's nothing. I mean, the Mississippi River, it's a mile. Like, literally, it's a mile wide by New Orleans. So, but take you 20 minutes to walk across. Yeah, this definitely has that marmalade, like a chutney. Yeah, like a chutney or a marmalade, orange marmalade. Okay, so I think initially this is the Dance, and this is the Glenmore's Old Thompson. I'm not sure, but here we go. That's got to be the Dant. Oh, there's some chatter on the internet, and a lot of it, by the way, more than I had believed, where people are saying they changed it. They changed it. They're showing, I bought this bottle in 2018, and it said old style bourbon whiskey and so forth. And some said age 12 years. And then some people said, and then I went back and I bought this and it said blended whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. They changed it. They changed it. Well, I'm not actually sure they changed it. I think what might have happened was you might have lived in an area where they were selling the straight bourbon, and then they just decided to bring in a cheaper version, the blended whiskey. So I think you could probably go shopping around, and it would take a lot of shopping, but you might go around here and there and everywhere and find, oh, you say, oh, look, there's J.W. Dant's 12-year age charcoal perfected. Oh, but on the other hand, I was 50 miles west, and they had J.W. Dant's bourbon charcoal perfected. And then I went 30 miles west of there, and they had the blended charcoal perfected. So my theory, and this is certainly theory more than fact, but I think I have some correct thinking on it. But I think it could be there's three different variances, three different expressions, and they're just selling them to whoever wants it, and people are picking it up according to what they want to pick up. I'm talking about from the wholesaler. So I think that could be the problem. I like Bird Dog flavored whiskey. Yes, and there is a Bird Dog straight whiskey without the flavoring also. I've seen that. It's just regular whiskey, no flavoring. What time is it in Louisiana? It's 6:52 here. It's 5:56 now. Nutty and jelly. Yeah, okay. Bart Robinson says Bird Dog whiskey is not bad for the price. I like their peach. I've never had Bird Dog, but I can certainly find it here. I'm about to buy Johnny Walker Black Label and Stella 6-pack with beer glasses, says Hector. That sounds like a good idea. Cheers, Ronald, for your taste challenge. Thanks, Hector. All right, so that tastes like the Dance, which on one level, it is like, it's cheap. And that's probably the correct way to look at it, but there's a subsumed level where you could and you can detect some more complex flavors. I'm certainly getting nut oil. I'm getting peanut pulp, like the meat of the peanut. Some sherry wine, like cocktail sherry, which I think is probably similar to blending sherry. It's got to be the Dance. Lots of beers and food, says FD. Bart Robinson said, oh, Anton says, Bart, me too. I felt the peach was the one that was the less sweet. Prefer that one. I've never had the Happy Thanksgiving, Ron. Hope you had an enjoyable day, says FD. I did. It was very peaceful. It's kind of bland, but it was nice. I got to watch, not enough. I'm still trying to catch up on my beer videos, but I was working all day today. I was at work. I have a job. People say, you don't have a job. You just do videos. No. I have a job, like an actual job where, you go to work. But I was at work and my friend David called me. I'm coming over. I was like, I'm at work. But they showed up. And they were raring to go. Here you get vanilla, charred oak. This is more like a bourbon. It's not straight bourbon, but it has more of a bourbon flavor. The charred oak and the vanilla. Think along the lines of like a Jim Beam type situation. You say Jack Daniels. No. Not at all. No, not at all. Jim Beam. Okay. So did these two whiskeys taste similar? I would say not really. It's 30 minutes. I gotta hurry up. I knew this was going to take a long time because they're complicated in their challenge. It's got to be the Dance, because the Dance had like a smoothness. It's sort of like a it's like a detrimental smoothness. You know what I mean? Like it's smooth, but it should have more character. But you say, well, you only paid $6.49. I know, I get that. Well, the good thing about this one, it doesn't have that like that depraved, you could almost call it a depraved honeydew melon aspect. And could the charcoal mellowing have alleviated that or ameliorated that? I think it could have, and I think it did. Seems to me that if all of their blended whiskeys were charcoal perfected, they would tell you that, right? Because some do and some don't say it. Evan Williams Green Label, very clearly there on the label, charcoal mellowed, or it says charcoal filtered, I might say that. And then this, charcoal perfected. Well, why wouldn't you say that all the time? Well, the answer is they don't always do it. And can you tell? I think you can tell. Oh, get like Kentucky Gold. Oh, why didn't they let it rest in charcoal for 2 weeks? You say because they selling it for $3.99, $3.75, or $2.99. Right. Oh, it's rough. It's oh boy. All right. Cheers, Ron. Happy 10th anniversary, says Dr. Frosty Brew. Thank you. Bart says Bird Dog Peach is just as good as Crown Royal Peach and half the price, in my opinion. Well, I have had none of them, but boy, did I see some Crown Royal salty caramel coming into a store today. Oh, they had some Crown Royal salty caramel coming in. Cases of it. Cases. Not to mention the apple. I'm telling you, Louisiana, people in Louisiana have gone totally out of control, buck wild crazy over Crown Royal Peach, Crown Royal Apple, Crown Royal salted caramel. It's unreal. They buy this all day long, every day, all day. They just go crazy. Now, can you get the Jim Beam Peach? Sure, you can get it. But I don't see no cases coming in. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about multiple cases that are coming in extreme volume. It is, you just can't believe it. You cannot believe it. You cannot believe it. And the regular Crown Royal, and these people drink it like people in Louisiana. They just white, black, Hispanic. I don't care. I had a man from Guatemala tell me today, oh man, when I get home from work, I drink Crown Royal and 7-Up. I said, Cesar, I believe that. From what I'm looking at, I believe it. This is just, you say, well, that's blended whiskey, blended. I don't care what it is. They buy it like mad. But you have to admit, Crown Royal, that company, they got it clocked. They got it so nailed. I mean, it's so smooth and like perfected. These are close. They're close. They're close, but they're not quite there. But they're good. I know what it is. I know. I'm not going to get it wrong. I'm not going to get it wrong. Yeah, I think Glenmore has like a house style, which is sort of sort of a Western Kentucky derivative house style of the Eastern Kentucky Buffalo Trace sort of type thing. And it's a heavy dose, I think, a heavy orientation. That would be a better terminology. A heavy orientation of sour mash whiskey. Cheers, Jay. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I did, Tommy. What's up, Ron from Milwaukee? JD says, oh, I'm just trying to figure these out. I think I have it, though. Cheers to y'all in Wisconsin, says Michael. I have been to Wisconsin many times. I've attended multiple Milwaukee Brewers games, probably at least 5. And most of the time we got in for $1. True story, $1. They had a ticket special. But you can't pre-order. You have to show up at the window like so many hours before first pitch, and they'll just sell tickets for $1. You say, why would they do that? Well, think about it. They say, well, we got 25,000 tickets left. The game starts in 4 hours. Ain't no way we're going to sell them all. But if we sell them for $1, these people are going to come in. They're going to buy this drink, that drink. They're going to buy this snack. If they have a wife and 2 kids, they're going to want all these overpriced stuffed animals that they don't need, and they're going to play with for 2 hours and throw it in the closet. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't let the people in, they're not going to buy anything, right? They're going to go home but if you let them in for $1, they'll watch the game to an extent. The kids will be crying for stuff the whole time. So, I mean, they'll be able to somewhat watch the game, buy all these trinkets, and you're making money. So, I mean, yeah. So we knew about it. So we waited. You have to wait. You just wait. We went to the Miller Brewery tour. And the thing about Miller, back then at least, not that long ago, they give you like incredible amounts of beer. They're like, oh, hey, welcome to the Miller tour. And they're like, well, here's a huge glass of Miller Lite. Now here's a huge glass of Miller High Life. And then you're there. They say, well, you get 2 beers on the tour, but would you like some more? Because you could have more if you want. And you're like, well, okay. Like, here's a huge glass of Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor, whatever they got. It changes daily. And so you're like staggered in a way. And then you drive a 3/4 mile down by the river and around the corner, and you go to the game. And so we did it. And I have photo evidence of that. $1, Major League Baseball. True story. Same thing here in South Jersey with Crown Royal Peach and Salted Caramel selling like crazy. Oh, yeah, it's like unreal. They should have paid you $1 to watch the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, the Howling Madness says. Well, yeah, but I mean, it was fun, I went to so many games with the Cubs and the Braves and whoever. But the Cubs games are the funnest games because the people from Chicago drive 80 miles. I mean, it doesn't take that long to go 80 miles. And they're like all, these Cubs fans are, all these frat boys like, oh, yeah. And it's like, oh, all right. Yeah, it's pretty fun, but they're all drinking. They're not, I'm like, you're not watching the game. You're just drinking. Cheers, K-Sip. Happy weekend, Mr. Terrio, into the chat, says Jordy. Oh, thank you very much. All right. So, but yes, I have bought many beer brands in Wisconsin. Cannot get them in Louisiana. And they're very cheap. In Wisconsin, it's very cheap, low. Got some great hotel prices. Great Mexican food. I mean, you say Mexican food in Wisconsin. True story, yeah. We just had a lot of fun there. We just had a lot of fun. Had a great, huge fudge brownie. Fudge infused brownie, whatever that was. Oh, it was great. Good coffee too. They like, well, it's so cold, you know, it's so cold. They drink strong coffee all the time. Thank you for a shout out to my hometown team. We're not so fratty. We just say Sox sucks. Says Michael. Sox sucks. Talking about the White Sox? Team that won the American League Championship in 1900, 06, 1917, 2005. Sox sucks. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry that the Cubs won one world championship in the last 100 and something years. I'm sorry. I got discombobulated. But Keep Sipping says, go Red Sox. I've been to 2 games there, 2003 and 2013. Had a good time, too. Boston. We parked. We paid, this is a true story. We paid $4 to park in 2003. $4. And then in 2013, paid no money. Free parking. True story. You say, nah, you lie. You lie. You lie. Boston. Nobody parks for free in Boston. I guarantee I park for free. That's the Chicago. Okay, but if you're a Sox, then it's Cubs suck. Right. I like both teams. You're not supposed to do that, but I like both teams. I love going to Fenway when the Yankees and Blue Jays are in town. They make fun games. Yeah. I went to see the Boston Red Sox play the Tampa Bay Rays in 03, and Tampa Bay beat them like a drum, which is funny because Tampa Bay is usually horrendously bad. And then I went back 10 years later, and I can't – who did they play? I have my ticket stub somewhere in here. But the Red Sox won on a game-ending hit. And I said, oh, yeah. But I was so sleepy driving back to that hotel on U.S. Highway 20, the main old highway that runs all the way to the Pacific Ocean. But I was so sleepy. I was like, I'm gonna wreck. I'm gonna wreck. But I made it. But it was terrible, horrible. I couldn't believe it. It was horrible. All right. I got to the hotel like 2:30 in the morning. It was terrible. This has got to be the Dant. It's too much. Yeah, it's too much natural flavoring. I think the natural flavoring has got to be blending sherry. Cocktail sherry. All right. It's not going to say old OT. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. As soon as I smelled it, I knew it. This is a long video, but I knew as soon as I took a sniff, this was Old Thompson. Okay, so final points. Don't make a big deal out of this because it's not a big deal. But if you want a blended whiskey that's really cheap, and I mean really cheap, $7.99 a liter at Total Wine and More, but it tastes more like bourbon, like a bourbon-oriented. It is made with bourbon, I assume, more than likely. Very old Barton, 4-year aged. Yeah, this will work. It's pretty clean. It's not too like deteriorated or anything, so it's all right. So you get the vanilla, the charred oak, and all. Yeah, Old Thompson. It's been on the market for 116 years. It's not exactly like something to get excited about, but on the other hand, it's pretty serviceable for highballs. If you're gonna make highballs, go for it. It'll be fine. Watch some college basketball. That's fine. Now the charcoal perfected from Dant's. Well, that's a little bit more exotic. Yeah, it's got a pretty gamey, I have to call it orange marmalade underbody, undertaste, I should say. Um, I do think the charcoal treatment does clean it up. They say perfected. I wouldn't say it's perfected, which would mean perfect, right? But it's sort of kind of nice. Probably if you were doing like a like a whiskey sour type thing, yeah, it probably would go all right. Yeah, so yeah, I would buy it, but I wouldn't get too caught up in it. But yeah, I would buy it, and I got the great deal. But I do prefer Old Thompson. I think Old Thompson is a more historic brand. Well, actually, J.W. Dance is older, from 1836, but I'm talking about the charcoal perfected. But yeah, Old Thompson is yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So I would use Old Thompson for a, well, you could make an old fashioned with it if you're not too picky, uh, type thing. Oh, okay. Who wins? Okay, so Old Thompson wins, but not by any kind of great stretch. How do you get the, like every cap in Jersey? You're the man. Oh, I just order them on the internet. Don't give me don't give me too much credit, Michael. I just order these caps and jerseys on the internet, or get them at Academy Sports. Compare the winner to Johnny Walker. Oh, says Jordy K. Oh well, I mean that's, they can't really compare to Johnny Walker. That's too differentiated. JD 123 says full frosty mug. Yeah, we did a lot of frosty dark beer earlier. Infographics show you should. What are you saying? Infographics show should do. I tried to be Ontario for a day. Smiley face 6 times. Okay, Michael. Right. That's pretty good. Okay. So I don't like the way that wind sounds. We've been getting tornado warnings around here, and I'm not liking the way that the wind keeps shifting, northwest, southeast, northwest, southeast. I don't like that twist. That's got me kind of concerned, actually, because all of a sudden I was sitting here and it was like very, very hot, humid breeze coming in this window, and like on a dime, it turned to cold, chilly weather, chilly wind. That's not a good sign. You don't want hot and then instantly cold, because what do they do when they hit each other? They spin. They spin, and spinning is not good. The weather here in Virginia is strangely warm. I don't mind it. Well, I wouldn't mind it either, Kevin. Thanks for watching. Check out that YouTube channel you'd like a lot. Wind in the Midwest is crazy. Oh yeah, the Midwest is the most treacherous experiential thing. All right. Would I recommend either one of these? Well, I wouldn't necessarily recommend them. Always happy to catch your show, says Kevin. Oh, thank you. It's been a long video, about an hour, but I had a feeling it was going to be tough because well, we did the 5 beers, 5, but we split it. We did split it up, and then I was doing these blended, and these blendeds can be tough. I would not necessarily recommend them. However, if you can find the price points I got, then it's very doable, because you're looking at $7.99 for a liter at Total Wine and More, and it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. And then you say, well, tomorrow I got relatives coming over, family and friends. We're going to be watching college football, unless they cancel the games. And we want to do some mixed products, and we're not too strict. I bought a 24-pack of RC Cola. Okay, yeah, it'll be fine. No problem. The JW Dance Charcoal Perfected. Yeah, I think this would probably pair better with some more simple syrup and bitters. Yeah, simple syrup, bitters, some sugars. Yeah, you could probably get some decent mileage out of that. So final analysis, do they taste alike? They do not really taste that similar. In a general sense, they taste like whiskey. In a specific sense, there's a pretty good deviation between the two. You got this strange nut oil. No, more like blending sherry. And here you got more of the straight bourbon presentation with vanilla and dried fruit, dehydrated fruit cake fruit. So if you would send me a private message that said, I ain't never buying either one of those, I don't want that stuff, I would say, that makes sense. But if you say, well, I have a wild hair, sort of an envie for trying strange things, it's not going to hurt anything. Heck, $6.49 plus 7, so it's $6.14, $49, $14. We're talking about two big bottles for less than $15. You hadn't lost anything. Got Miller? No, I don't have a single Miller beer in my fridge. I don't believe we have those blends in our state-run stores. Yeah. The good thing about Louisiana, we have private stores. They set their own prices. So this is okay. Okay, not great. This is a little bit better okay, but not great either. But, you know, it's okay. You may see it around. I've just been purchasing Evan Williams Green Label. Oh, yeah. Great bang for the buck. I try to shop prices. You also seem to do. Yeah. Well, I think Evan Williams Green Label is probably the best bang for your buck if you're going to get inexpensive bourbon whiskey. Some competitor products would be Benchmark, old number McAfee's Benchmark, old number 8. That would be a very close competitor. Ancient Age, certainly you can get that at Walmart very inexpensively. But that's kind of like your cluster of cheap bourbon. Have you done any taste challenges with Evan Williams Green Label? Yes, I have, actually. Not a huge amount because I only had a 375, but yes, I have done some. Michael Hilton said you'd like Grant's. No, I did not like Grant's at all. I thought it was horrible. Actually, Grant's is one of the most unimpressive blended Scotch whiskeys I've had. I felt funny because I bought a huge bottle, huge glass, at least, well, it is glass. But I bought a huge bottle. It was, of cost it was $21.95, something like that. And then oh, excuse me, woke up at 1:45 this morning. James P. Madonna, love Grants. But I thought it tasted like some pretty basic cereal grains. So I said, ooh. Actually, it's smoky, but not as much flavor, practically pure alcohol. If you want to get a really good smoky scotch for a low price, a lot of smoke, some old furniture, you know, like old wood. Well, it's from the same company, William Grant and Sons. I would say go out and buy Clan McGregor. Well, I like Clan McGregor. I think it's better than Grant's, which could antagonize a lot of people. But I don't know. I just think the Clan McGregor is a nicer, cleaner, not to mention tastier product. So you'd like, okay, so Thompson's must be great. I mean, it says, yeah, it says premium on the label. I think I think Camo says premium. McGregor. Yeah, Clan McGregor. I have a bottle in the cabinet. I could show it to you. Do you like Dewar's Scotch? Dewar's, well, right. You're right, Michael. Yeah, I do like Dewar's, but I really think Dewar's, you could pay a little, yeah, get the 12 year. Yeah. And when I do the duo review and the single review and the taste challenges, you will be shocked, stunned, amazed, incredulous. You'll say, no, you lie. No. When you see the price we paid for the Dewar's 12-year age, you just won't believe it. Ha ha ha. Camo says premium. That should be against the law. Yeah, Camo. Somebody said this morning, they said, you ought to do some bad beer reviews. I said, bad beer? I said, here, I've done Camo, quadruple X, the black ice Camo. I don't know. I can't think of it. It was, thank goodness I dumped them out on the ground. Horrendous. I would drink Four Loko. Well, never. You know, all right, forget that. All right. Anyway, thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much for watching this video production. We did an incredible amount of imperial stouts, not regular stouts, imperial stouts. Lagunitas Willowtide Stout. We did KBS. No, I'm sorry. Founders Breakfast Stout. We did KBS Mackinac. We did Old Rasputin. We did it was 5. I said, oh, and then I have to do the whiskey thing. All right. Imagine drinking a lukewarm Camo. No, I can't imagine drinking ice cold Camo, the atrocity of mankind. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah. Good night, Michael. I'll be back tomorrow. Review one of those Clamato. Oh, right. That's a classic video. Chad's beer reviews where he did the Budweiser Clamato Chelada, and he took a big swig and he said, my father thought that was the funniest video he ever saw. He was like about to puke. I guess he wasn't used to salt water. That's one of the great all-time YouTube videos. Yeah. But he never followed it up. He never did the Bud Light Clamato Chelada Limón y Sal, or the Budweiser Picante Chelada Picante. Now there's a Fuego. A Fuego. I was looking for Fuego. Couldn't find it yet. Camo. Well, I'll tell you what. After I did the Mackinac Stout, why did Chad retire? I could not understand that, the Howling Madness. Yeah. He was one of the premier beer review people. He was like one of the main guys. Greg's, Keith's, Chad's, Jay's beer reviews, and some others, which I will not mention. But he, I don't know, it was a lot of controversy, but I thought he should have still kept going. I said he should still keep going, you know. I mean, but it's kind of over now. He does occasional videos. Yeah, I thought, no. If he'd have kept making videos, I'd have watched, you know. I had a club tail. Oh. I had a club tail cocktail in the can for Thanksgiving. It was surprisingly good. The margarita. Oh, yeah. Oh, they got it clocked. They're the main frame. The original Club Tails is the main frame of flavored ales. Oh yeah. He had this feud with Beer Geek Nation. Now they're both gone. Yeah. Well, I think what happened there was he wanted to join Beer Geek Nation, where he could say, da-na-na-na-na, I'm a member of the Beer Geek Nation. And Beer Geek Nation said no. And he got enraged, and then he was angry about it, and so there was sort of like that break, and then yeah, I don't know. It was like he was a whole lot of background rigmarole, you know. I couldn't understand it. Cheers, Ron. I hope you are having a pleasant evening, a very pleasant evening. Dingleberry Reviews. I love your work ethic. Yeah, my work ethic. That's a good. You're one of the best. I don't understand the YouTube beer drama. Oh, well. That's another 2 hours. We've had enough beer drama to wallpaper an office building, office tower. It's insanity, really. But that's what happens when you make beer drinking your religion. It should just be your hobby. All right. Anyway, all right. Well, you can buy it, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But it is something I bought it. Charcoal perfected. I take issue with the word perfected. You telling me this is perfect? Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for all of your work, Ron. We appreciate it. I agree. Kevin says, Bart, I do appreciate your support. I've been doing videos for 10 years, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Beer, wine, and liquor. Sometimes wine, mostly beer. Whiskey, yeah. For what that's worth. May not be helping the world. It's certainly not hurting the world. Yeah. It's a great hobby. I love it, but I don't want to fight it with, yeah, no, I agree. I'm not going to fight with anybody about beer, wine, and liquor. Like, why would I argue with people about that? All right. Oh, here comes the storms. All right. Thanks for watching this video production. I'll be back tomorrow morning at Dawn Busters Taste Challenge.